Okay, there's something we call a resource curse, right? You find out that countries, especially the ones in Africa and South America, who are blessed with, natural resources, end up not benefiting from them, right? I'll give you an example. Nigeria has the second best crude oil in the world, called the Bonny Light. We've had this the last 60 years, right? And yet, over 100 million Nigerians still live below the poverty line, less than $2 a day. And so, has that resource helped us? And that's not the only one we have. We have tin ore, iron ore, we have precious stones, precious metals, we have gold, name it. I could give you a list of 50 or more resources that Nigeria has that can make us a super wealthy nation, right? Now, look at Angola, rich in oil. Look at Venezuela. Venezuela today, people are leaving Venezuela in droves because of hunger. A loaf of bread is you can't even buy a loaf of bread. The economy is dead, and yet this country is blessed with, some of the largest deposits of oil. Look at a country that I would say is most blessed when it comes to natural resources, Congo DRC. But Congo DRC has had a war the last 30 years, and people are dying of hunger, right? So you see, it's time that Nigeria and different African nations begin to look away from natural resources because they have not benefited us. I'll give you an example. Nigeria makes, oil contributes about $16 billion to our GDP annually. Just a meager $16 billion to our GDP annually. But something like textile will give countries like Bangladesh and some of these Southeastern Asian countries up to between 30 to 50 billion US dollars per annum contribution to their GDP. So the point is we are looking at oil, and it has not benefited us in any way, because number one, our leaders don't know how to use it. How can we own the second best crude oil in the world, and then we're buying crude oil at the rate we're buying petroleum at the rate that we're buying it? That's number one. Number two, how can we be one of the 12 largest producers? We used to be one of the 6, but because of insecurity, a lot of other countries overtook us. So we're one of the 12 largest producers of, crude oil in the world, and yet we're not benefiting. The price of fuel in Nigeria should not be more than 30 naira a liter. I'm telling you, based on what we have. But you see how corrupt and incompetent our leaders are. How can you take our crude oil, ship it overseas to go and refine it? Now, let me break it down for you. Now, there's a cost attached to shipping it from our shores to the shore of the country that's going to process it. There's a cost attached to processing it. Now, there's a cost attached to bringing it back and clearing it at the port. Not only that, there is also the fact of the byproducts. You ship crude oil overseas. You get engine oil, you get diesel, you get premium motor spirit, you get grease, and a whole lot of other byproducts from this one product. But you ship it overseas and you return back just the diesel and the premium motor spirit. What happens to the whole lot of byproducts that you should have had in your own country? You left it for them. And then you paid all that cost to bring it back. At the end of the day, you break all that cost down and attach it to every liter of oil that is sold to Nigerians. And Nigerians are suffering and paying all that cost because we have an incompetent government who doesn't know how to run the economy. All you need to do, and I get really upset. I get really angry, to be honest with you, when I hear them talk about subsidies, like they're doing us a favor. The government is telling us they're doing us a favor, paying subsidies. We don't need you to pay subsidies. You didn't have to pay subsidies in the first place. If you will fix our refineries and ensure that the refineries begin to work, then you will not accumulate all that cost. The price will drop, and Nigerians will pay 30 naira or less than 30 naira for a liter of oil. It's simple arithmetic, and it's not rocket science. But the problem is that we have leaders who are incompetent and corrupt-minded and do not care about the well-being of Nigerians. And so this is why we are saying that all these old cargoes should get out of office and give young Nigerians who have the ability to run this nation to put it to the next level. Nigeria is a blessed nation. Nigeria is a great nation. And I look at Nigerians crying for poverty every day. And I'm telling you, Nigerians don't know that you can live in Nigeria and live above the economy of Nigeria. It's all about competence that Nigerians don't have. This is a blessed nation, and Nigerians can be some of the most earning, workers in the world. And yet it's not happening with all the resources we have, because we're dependent on crude, and because America decided not to come to buy from Nigeria anymore. Our economy has been shaking since 2007. Because America refused to buy our crude oil anymore, the economy is shaking. Who cares about oil? There are many other things that we can do. Open up the textile industry. Even in Enugu here, where people cry, there is no. I see billions of dollars on the streets of Enugu every day. I'm telling you the fact. I see billions of dollars that can be made every day on the streets of Enugu. But it's really unfortunate that our leaders don't say this.
We will one day invite you to our business program.